This is me. This is what I got to offer. If you with it, you do. If you don't, that's cool.
With the advent of social media, everybody's a guru now.
Stop talking. Don't even mention me in the same sentence as you, because no.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
You know how hard it is to be a comedian in a day and age where social media and clout and dummies like the guy I just showed are the norm? This is the comment section on that. So real. And I'm definitely going to take this as a wake-up call. I swear, artists ain't artists no more. Has to be for maximum reach and clout on platforms they don't own and create mindless consumers. There are people way smarter than you in lab coats and suits sitting in rooms figuring out how to get these apps to be more addictive to your brain, you dumbass. I wanted to save this, man, because Dante sent me a post. And me and Dante have this conversation every once in a while about motivation. Maybe motivation isn't the right word, but just being an artist, having to post and create online content and build an online audience. We have these diatribes and back and forth constantly. And Dante sent me this clip recently, so I wanted to discuss it with him on the podcast because I think it would make a really good back and forth, kind of like a debate. But I definitely, like, it irks me, man. I can't stand this kind of... I'll just get right into that before we get into the comedy recap. I'll preface this all by stating, man, being an artist this day and age is hard. And it's even harder if you don't really have any sense of self or purpose with your art. You know what I mean? I feel like there's just, with the advent of social media, everybody's a guru now. Everybody has some advice. Look at what I'm doing right now. I'm on a podcast on my soapbox, giving advice about another goofy that's giving advice. I think the best advice is to kind of just sit in silence and listen to yourself, man. Like, drown out the noise. Know exactly why you're doing things and be okay with that. I'll play this. I'll let it play in its entirety if I can. Ugh, this guy pisses me off. This guy really irks me, man. Yeah, I'll just play this for you guys, and I'll try not to speak during it, but it'll be hard. 1 second, Dante's not here, so it's just me this week. So here is an artist on social media yelling at people who don't want to post on social media but are artists. Let's listen.
Artists are my least.
Damn, it's so loud in the studio. Give me 2 seconds. Dante's not here. I gotta do this. I gotta turn the studio monitor down because you guys don't need to hear it that loud. So here we go.
Favorite people on this earth, part 2. You guys completely disregard social media.
Let me restart it so you can hear the absolute beginning, because he said, "This is why artists are my favorite people on earth." Ugh.
Favorite people on this earth, part 2. You guys completely disregard social media. You don't realize how much freedom you can create on your own by building your own platform around your art and telling your story. But you refuse to do this. Yes, there's artists where they say, like, oh yeah, I don't want to be that huge, or I don't want to be this, I don't want to be that. Yo, shut all that down. Stop talking for 2 seconds and realize what's right in front of you. Realize what you keep ignoring. You keep trying to do the old way. And yes, there's not one way to do things, but you guys think everything is selling out. You think everything is, man. You forget that you can curate your own style, your own swag, your own following. You forget that you can curate that by bringing yourself forward, by bringing what you do forward, and people will flock to you when you're authentic, when you're not trying too hard about it. But you refuse all of it. You refuse this gift, this free thing right in front of your hand. You rather rely on labels. You rather rely on just everything else outside of yourself instead of coming on here independently, straight up, and just being like, yo, this is me. This is what I got to offer. If you with it, you do. If you don't, that's cool. But at least shoot the shot. None of y'all shooting the shot, but you say things like, oh, you want to be here, you want to be there, but you don't do anything to back it up. Stop talking. don't even mention me in the same sentence as you, because no, we not on the same playing field. Because one thing about me, I'm finna bring myself forward and change my life. And everybody who chooses not to do this, you just finna be watching people. You finna be watching people do what you want to do, and you finna be living vicariously through them for the rest of your life. Now what you gonna do?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Nigga, shut the f up. You pretentious ass. Bruh. The mentality of these people, these soapbox people, these people online that have the be-all, end-all answers for everything. You dumb ass, shut the f up. You sound lost. You sound lost, and you know what's effed up? Most people don't see it like that. Most people would probably likely agree with this. This is the comment section on that. So many artists I know act like they're above everything, too cool or either too scared or both. Every artist we know and love was represented and brought to us by many things outside of themselves. To be fair, we wouldn't know anybody without labels, but social media is just that. The amount of leverage and magnitude at which your life can change, you are underestimating and taking for granted every second not moving on this opportunity. Sense of urgency I have is credited to the fact that I was born in a situation that I completely despised. That almost ruined me. So every waking moment is spent going as far from that as possible. That's my why. And to the people who act too cool for this, have fun being hungry for the rest of your life. I won't be. The internet is full of fools, bro. Life is full of fools, but the internet is where fools go to expose themselves. Just create. F what everyone else is doing. Be authentically you and just create. You know what? That actually speaks to more what I'm saying. That I haven't seen many of those comments. Any artist after cover art or visualizers for their music, let me know. I'll get out of here. So real, and I'm definitely going to take this as a wake-up call. Imagine being so lost in life that your wake-up call is some guy yelling at you to be more like him, and that will make you a real artist. Are you delusional, bro? Are you absolutely delusional? Who is this guy? Shah the Crow. Nigga, you suck. And you just out here gaining followers of other people who are lost and just need someone to yell at them to move just another inch forward in life, but not really take the actual initiative. The initiative really starts when you sit by yourself and figure out your why. Know your why. Because if you don't, then you'll constantly be moved around by friggin' soapbox yellers like this guy, who make you think you're not a real artist unless you're absolutely on the algorithm every 5 seconds. You're not a real artist because you're not leveraging social media. This jackass had the audacity to be in that video and be like, you don't even understand. You could use your own, you could build your own platform. Build the leverage your own way. On whose platform? We don't own any of these platforms. This is the comment I left. And I'm so grateful that some people have actually started to pick up on it. There was a response. This is kind of an older reel, so I had seen this in my feed, ironically enough, and then like an hour later, Dante sends this to me, and then I just yell at Dante in the DMs. I'm like, stop sending me this horse shit, because these people are lost. Like, I'm not, because obviously if you've been a part of the journey so far, you know, if you've been on the channel, if you've been following my comedy career, if you've been watching the podcast, I clearly am on a soapbox, or I was more so in the past, about not being of this friggin' social media paradigm, not needing or feeling like clout validates me, not caring to be pushing myself 24/7 on a feed so I can just help people constantly scroll their life away. People that, by the way, are mostly depressed, have anxiety or depression or some shit. If you're on social media, the percentage of that is so high. Why would I want to contribute to that just to make myself feel like I'm doing something? Nigga, I'm a comedian, and all week I walked off stage and people walked up to me like I had done something tangible for them. not just yell at them from a screen, nigga. And that's gonna make me feel less than because I'm not also online posting 24/7. I had two comments that I made. This is the first one. I swear, artists ain't artists no more. Has to be for maximum reach and clout on platforms they don't own and create mindless consumers. It's obvious you don't know life before the internet, and that's fine. But trying to push a narrative that artists aren't artists if they decline to participate in social engineering, not social media, because let's be honest about what this is. It's social engineering. I think most people don't actually grasp that. Yo, these are social media platforms. Nigga, there are people way smarter than you in lab coats and suits, sitting in rooms, figuring out how to get these apps to be more addictive to your brain, you dumbass. And you're wondering why you have anxiety and depression, and you're just scrolling your life away and thanking people like this guy. This is my wake-up call. You thank dumbass, mindless content creators that just push bullshit ass, I'm gonna put on a wig, I'm gonna run in the street, I'm gonna yell at people, like clout chasers. There's people in this comedy community that use religion to push their like image and likeness to the people, and then they shake hands with very shady industry people for the clout of it. It's like it clashes. You look and sound like a dummy. You look and sound lost. I perform for people in real life. I make tangible differences and physical connections with my audience. I don't try and feed them drip feed content so they can continue to scroll and be mindless, so they can escape the reality they are running from. You rush to make endless content for an endless feed on soulless platforms to generate clout so you can feel like you are making an impact. Grow up. Grow up. This piece of garbage, this guy tries to build his following by giving you anxiety to make you feel like you're not an artist. F this guy and every guy like him. Piece of garbage. Piece of garbage. He doesn't actually know himself, but he thinks he found himself. And the way to do that for you is to yell at you to find yourself so you could be like him. Literally the end message of his whole point. You don't even mention me in the same breath as you. You, nigga. I'm actually making a tangible difference. You might be fooling people that are looking to be fooled online. You piece of garbage. Snake oil salesman. That's what these fucking gurus are. This was my other comment, because I just couldn't stop laughing at it. I had to come back. Bro, I can't stop laughing at this BS. To any artist watching this, stay on your path on unfolding. Maybe someday you will be thirsty for clout and recognition. Some of y'all already locked into knowing real artists have a need to create, regardless of reach and clout, and that is okay too. Do you not remember what being an artist actually is? Or are you so drowned in social media and clout and wanting to be famous and wanting some money in your pocket? Are you so desperate? Then you're not a real artist, because a real artist, the only need for a real artist is to create. If you're creating and then there's another need for you to have people desperately see your shit, to grow an audience inorganically or to push it, like, bruh. And you know what's also okay? If you are an artist and you want to create and you do want to build a big following, but bro, don't try and push it like you're not an artist if you're not. That's garbage. You're contributing to the anxiety and the depression and the negativity, even though it's masked in I'm here to help you. F you, nigga. This guy pisses me off. This whole stupid ass mentality. Some of y'all already locked into knowing real artists have a need to create regardless of reach and clout, and that is okay too. Don't flock like sheep because you see a man yelling an opinion. Breathe, focus, and intention. Focus on intention and just create. If you want reach, that's okay too, but don't fall for this man on a soapbox. Salutes and shout outs and respect to some actually real people out there, because there were some responses. This was my favorite one. The guy applauded. Psychedelic Scenery. Shout outs to Psychedelic Scenery on Instagram. Applauded. And somehow each of his points always circles back to me. Tony Hinchcliffe. Red Van. Me. Essentially saying you can be like me one day. piece of garbage. Essentially saying you can be like me, or one day you'll be sad that you don't think like me. I don't know when people became so ignorantly narcissistic, but it's just painful in my opinion. Always describing it as just having more drive or passion or blah, 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 and not realizing it's still just all about comparing. It's crazy. If it wasn't for that, I might hear him out, but everything he and what so many others saying has that narcissistic undertone, and it's becoming the norm, so much so that people try to shame those who don't participate in this mentality. Salutes, love, and respect to real people out there still using their brain, not falling for this wave of bullshit social engineering, man. It's people out here making other people feel sad because they think they figured something out. All you figured out was how to make other people feel sad and prolong your own feeling your own sadness. You fucking loser. This guy's a garbage salesman, snake oil salesman. And I had to wait till after February to yell at another black man with dreads like this. You douche. And he has followers. And 99% of this comment section is people like, thank you for the wake-up call. You're so right. I needed this. Hallelujah. My prayers have been answered. Yeah, none of your prayers get answered when you seek anything outside of yourself. All the answers you need are inside of yourself. If you are an artist, how hard that is. I know your pain. How hard it is to be an artist that cares about whatever art form you care about the most. For me, it's comedy. You know how hard it is to be a comedian in a day and age where social media and clout and dummies like the guy I just showed are the norm, which shows what the majority of audiences now are being trained on. This is what's killing comedy in the clubs. More and more people are just attuned with this bullshit. And every once in a while, they decide to show up to a comedy club and they look for the guy who put on a wig on social media, not the guy who will actually make them laugh and possibly think. God forbid you think.
Black Zeus, the podcast, season 6, featuring Black Zeus and Dante, aka Black Zeus on YouTube, Patreon, and Instagram.